Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And I'm breathing funny because we actually started the episode by doing what my guest Schuyler Vromans does. Like aerial stuff, but you also actually take care of bones. Like you have two sides to you. You like do all these graceful things, and then you're freakishly strong. Thanks for coming to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
We've been trying to make this happen for a while, but I'm grateful that it happened. And what I'm thinking is actually, let's just start with the acro and aerial stuff.
For sure.
How did you get into doing it?
Well, it's a funny story. I wouldn't have anticipated that I would get involved with this, but I think it was about 13 years ago, I saw my friend Jess Flynn doing acro yoga. So that's it's kind of like partner yoga, where there's a person that lays on the ground and the other person's on their feet, and they do tricks and things like that. I thought that was so cool, and I asked Jess if I could do a massage trade to get a free acro yoga lesson. At that time, I wanted to take this girl on a date, and not just it was a different one.
Right,
so
right.
I asked her to come to the first private lesson with me.
Oh, okay.
And so we had an acro yoga date. It was my first time doing it, and hers as well.
Oh, nice.
And I was hooked ever since.
Wow.
And after that one time doing it, I probably did acro yoga at least once a day for the next year.
Wow.
And then I started teaching it, and then I got into other circus stuff, more the standing acrobatic things that we just did. And then the aerial started. So that was a whole different adventure. And same thing. I saw somebody doing a performance with partner aerials. And this is something I've never seen before. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was amazing. So I said, oh, I'll learn how to do that. And so I enrolled at Halifax Circus and learned how to get into the basing position. So basically, I climb up the silks. That's my main apparatus. There's a bunch of different aerial apparatuses like trapeze and straps and things like that. But mm-hmm. I mainly do the aerial silks. Mm. So I learned how to climb up the silks and tie myself up and hang upside down so that somebody could hang off of me. And fortunately, there was a partner workshop a few months after I learned how to get into that position. Mm. And funny enough, there hasn't been one since. Oh. Until we did one this summer. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I sort of took over the reins with that stuff. It's it was very lucky that I got to see this stuff happen, and then immediately after I learned how to get into the position, there was a workshop that allowed me to start to learn that.
Wow. So you're like, have you always been that way? Even as a kid, if you see something you're like, I like that, I'm gonna try that?
Yes. Short answer, yes. And and I think I get that from my mother. Like she's always been that way too. And I've had the confidence to say, oh, I'll try it, and we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Like that's all you can do. And I think if I put my mind to something, I'm gonna make it happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the other side, oh, I'm not gonna say this correctly, but like you do the massage thing, but like with bones, what's that?
Right.
How do I always? How do you say that word?
Osteopathy.
There you go. That
Yes.
one. How did
Yeah.
you get into doing that?
Right. Yeah.
And what is it?
So it's a manual therapy practice. It's a long degree. It's 6 years.
Wow.
But essentially, it's like if you combined like a chiropractor and a massage therapist or something like that. But what we're doing is looking at the whole body and really finding areas that aren't moving and making them move better.
So what? So I'm like, I'd come to you. Okay, for instance, now my ankle is killing me, right? I come
Right.
to you. I'm like, my ankle is killing me. What happens?
Right. So, I would first do an assessment, like is it the muscles, or was there like a ligament sprain that you need sort of more balance retraining or things like that? Or is just one of those bones tight and they need to be manipulated, or you need to know which stretch to do to fix it?
Hmm. And then, how long is a typical session? And is it something I have to keep coming like weekly or?
Right. Yeah. So, I really try to sort of find out what's going on and give people tools so they don't have to come
Oh,
back.
right.
I don't want to see everybody. Like it might be good for my bank account,
Right,
but it's
right,
it's
right.
not good for you. And
Mm.
like, I same thing. I have learned a lot of stuff. I'm also an acupuncturist.
Oh, with the
That's
needles.
right. So I'm a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, and an osteopath. And really, I want to see what's going to best help that person and give them the tools to help themselves too.
Which came first, though?
Massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you want to be a massage therapist?
Yeah. I had a lot of injuries myself.
Of course, right? Because you're always like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, and like in my teens, I used to skateboard a lot, and
Oh,
I've had six different fractures just from skateboarding.
where and what? We bones?
What bones? 3 times my left wrist, 2 times my right
Because I always
wrist.
falling and trying to
Yeah,
support yourself.
yeah. I didn't learn not to catch myself with my hands. And then the last one was my left fibula, and that one still has plates and screws in it, so
Holy
metal plates.
shit!
Yeah.
So that was like the big one.
That was the big one. That's when I said, I'm not going to skateboard anymore.
Do you remember what caused that one? Like what were you trying to do?
It wasn't anything cool.
Oh my god!
That one, yeah, that one was the least cool of all the
No!
injuries. I was,
Wait, isn't that annoying? Like,
Yeah.
if you're doing something really cool.
oh
and then-
yeah. It was very annoying. That one, I was having a dinner party with some friends, and we had like a fireplace in this old apartment we used to rent, and I said, "Oh, I'll skateboard down to the end of the street and get some more firewood." And
Oh.
I didn't come back. I got taken to the emerge.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How long ago was that?
That was when I was 19 years
Okay.
old. So I'm 36 now.
So,
So 17 years.
wow.
Yeah.
And then like once you, at what point did you decide, "Oh, I'm gonna learn this, massage thing?
Right. So that would be 13 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And like, how like what's the process? How long
right.
did it take?
So yeah, like I at that time I thought I might become a professional drummer. so
That's so left
I
field.
know. I was before that I was like, okay, I'm probably going to become a professional drummer.
Holy shit!
And-
Like, were you like drumming all this time? Okay.
Yeah.
Like for bands?
For
or-
bands,
Okay.
yes. So I used to play in a lot of bands and tour around and things like that.
Okay.
And I didn't go to school as much as I should and just play music.
Right.
And then, at some point I said, oh, I probably actually can't make a living playing drums. And I went and traveled around Europe with my brother. And then when we got back, I said, oh, I'll apply for massage school. And if I get in, I'll do it. And then same thing. I became addicted to it.
What did you like
Addicted to
about it?
learning.
Oh, learning. Okay.
Yeah, I was fascinated with how the body worked and how I could learn about my own body. And my massage degree, I graduated the highest GPA and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I always think about. I go to a massage and I'm like, oh, this is good. Like as a therapist, right? It must be difficult for you to find a therapist for yourself, or like,
Right.
because you kind of know what to do, but you really can't do it to yourself.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Everybody's different too. So that's an interesting thing about wellness professionals. It's both an art and a science.
Mm.
So finding that person you connect with is it's a difficult thing.
Yeah, no, I know, like, because before I kind of settled on the person I use now, it's like trying and trying and trying and trying. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
this works. I remember, but sometimes you have like a therapist that like you leave the session like with a headache, but like 2 days later you feel a lot better, but right after it's like, why is this so painful? Like,
Right.
and how do you, I guess, what decides how deep, how intense the pressure is versus, oh, we'll just do a light thing.
For sure. Some of that's experience. Just
Oh.
like one is, knowing sort of, you know, I I feel like I have this skill now that I can transfer some of the circus stuff is sort of extending my awareness into the person's body.
All right.
So if I put too much pressure on you, I'm gonna know that's too much. You're gonna give me like bodily signs that's saying,
Oh.
oh, this is not a good thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
So all these things you do kind of connect. Okay, the massage thing you did that graduated
yes,
summer class. What did you do, and like which one came next? Acupuncture?
acupuncture. But funny enough, I was I was trying to do my osteopathy with my second year of massage school, like at the same time, but they wouldn't let me do it.
Oh,
So
okay.
so I finished my massage diploma and then worked a couple years and then added acupuncture.
Why did you decide to do acupuncture? Like,
I watched a BBC documentary, and the BBC documentary said that acupuncture is really great for people with osteoarthritis, and even in China they do open heart surgery with no pain medication, just acupuncture.
holy shit.
So people have faster recovery times and stuff like that, so they don't have to be put under. And yeah, all kinds of interesting stuff.
Mm.
So I said, okay, I'll learn this and see how that goes.
How long did it take to learn? And
That was 2 years.
do like it's from China, right? Like
Yes, so
acupuncture.
it's a traditional Chinese medicine.
So you don't have to learn Chinese though.
No,
Okay.
no, it's all English, but yeah, there's a bunch of strange terms and things like that.
Okay.
But
One of the I remember I talked to someone and they're like, there's a part they can put the needle and then you won't even like be able to smell stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? Like apparently, because there's so many little parts in the human body that you can prick, and like this place affects that place. I'm like, holy shit! How long did it take to learn that?
well, that was hard. It's a lot of memorization. So yeah, there's all those points throughout your body, and each one of those does a million different things. So you have to remember every single point, and then remember the list of everything it does.
Also, you kind of like the needle itself. Like it is painful though, right? Like,
Yeah, some really suck. Like there's acupuncture needles that like go in your cuticle bed of your like toes.
no. That sounds like torture.
And like, it might be like, so some of those points they're used for people that are late in their pregnancy and need to give birth. So in my mind, I'm like, I can sort of rationalize. It is kind of like torture because it's like you're like
you need
almost
to activate your
yeah,
body.
that's right. Yeah, it's like almost getting that fight or flight pain.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a role in it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you learn that for?
So yes, it takes about 2 years to learn how to do that.
Like And oh, of course, you're doing massage there,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
yeah, I've been in school for 10 years for wellness stuff, and
Oh
I'm
my
still
God.
learning.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing that you love learning, though.
I do. I like it. It is once I go down some of these rabbit holes, it's hard to stop.
Mm. Okay. So you have the acupuncture, the massage, the osteopathy all combined. Do you like work in a place? Do you work for yourself? How does?
Right. I have my own clinic on Spring Garden Road, Thrive Osteopathy and Wellness.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've been working on my own, I think for about 10 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
And how do you like? I guess your clients go on a website, whatever they find you, and then like how does it work though? Like, is it by appointment? Yeah,
It's
that's the
all
thing.
it's all by appointment. Yeah, I get most of my clients from referrals and things like
Right.
that.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Schuyler saved my life. You need to talk to this
Yes.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. My new over the past 2 years I've been studying low back pain. So that's been a
You know that like that because we are sitting down too much, especially since the pandemic and people working at
100%.
home.
That's right.
You
And
stand up on a chance like it hurts, and I'm like,
yeah.
why?
Yeah, for sure. Like, with low back pain, our lives are getting easier. Like, we don't have to do as much hard labor and things like that. But yet, low back pain rates are skyrocketing. They keep going up. So there's,
Well,
us being less active is a correlation with
so
that.
it's like hundreds and thousands of years ago, we like had to hunt and we
Yeah.
had to do this thing, and that's kind of what we've been evolved to do. But now, boop, my food comes, boop,
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I don't have to go and hunt for anything anymore.
Yes.
Hell, I can even date on my phone.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the things you do encourage people is to move.
I do. Yeah. It's one of the best things. Movement, and that's one thing I love about Circus too. Is like it's me connecting with people through movement. Yeah.
But it's scary though.
Do you know what? It is scary. Yeah. Last year we traveled to Vietnam to perform.
Right.
So last December, my aerial partner and I were in Vietnam performing at the International Circus Festival.
How was that experience first?
So they had a whole it was a stadium just designed for circus.
Holy shit.
And I went in and I looked up and I said, wow, that's a really high ceiling. I've never gone up that high before. And they have a rig that just brings you up there. And I was scared because here we don't have that.
Yeah.
So that was scary for me. But
so is it like, I mean, you can't not look down, right? Because whenever you're way up, they're like, don't look down. I mean, if you're upside down, you have to look down and stuff.
yes. Yeah.
How do you choose your partner though?
Right. There's with the person I went to Vietnam with, we actually went to that Silks workshop. I think eight or so years ago together, and we've been doing Silks on and off ever since. There's been a few other people I've trained with and performed with, but you sort of find somebody that you can connect with and that's also reliable with the because it's a partner thing. So finding somebody that's reliable is hard.
They have to show up.
They gotta show up.
And stuff, yeah.
I've had other partners that they're amazing, but they don't show up. So we've had to go separate ways.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not here when I need you,
Yes.
it's like difficult to do this thing we have to do.
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about the thing itself. Like, what training do you have to do? Because I'm thinking before you even go on the silks and stuff, like you actually have to do some like basic ground training, right?
Right. Yeah. It depends. I getting stronger is my motivation to go to the gym and things like that, so that I can do different moves on silks.
Mhm.
So anytime I go to the gym, my workouts are geared towards either partner acrobatics, lifting somebody above my head, or holding somebody while I'm upside down.
So a lot of things with grips and a lot of pushing.
Yes. Yep. That's right. So
I saw a video the other day about like grips, and this guy was using the thing. It's like
yes.
the
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah. And I tried it, and it's not really easy.
Oh. Yeah.
And so I got one where you can like tune it, so
Yes.
lights and stuff. And like I was at the lightest thing, but most of it wasn't like dynamic. It was like basically you have to hold it.
Yes.
And it's the holds that were more difficult. And then I'm
It's
thinking
hard. Yeah.
that's what you have to do when you're holding that person up or
That's
down,
right.
depending.
Yeah. So right now I'm working on how long can I hold like somebody's ankle while I'm upside down. Like seriously, that's what my training is. Like I'm like, how long can I hold it there? Because it's difficult.
It helps though if your partner is not too heavy.
Yes.
Cause like I don't think you can hold me up. Like,
No, yeah. It is. It definitely helps if they're
right.
on the lighter side.
You get on the okay. And then your thighs must be freaking strong too, cause that's how you hold yourself up with the thing, right?
It not necessarily.
No? Okay.
It's almost like they create like a noose around my like hips.
Oh.
And yeah, so it really binds you there.
So it was like if I can get into that position, I should stay there unless something really freakish happens.
Yes. So yeah, I'm stuck there. Yeah.
Okay. So once you're there, it's like,
yeah.
But like the force is also pulling you down. So it's like your arm, your shoulder. How's your shoulders and your back also?
Right. So yeah, I do a lot of training to make sure I'm fine during those things.
What is some of the training you have to do?
Different types of pull-ups, things like that, and yeah, especially for.
Do you train like those people that climb those things, like those like 7 bays, like
yes,
yeah,
that would be very good. I went rock climbing.
Rock climbing,
probably about a month ago, and I was like, wow, I should be doing this more often because it's almost a perfect exercise to like skill transfer with aerials.
Yeah. Because like when you're watching those movies and like. The hero is like holding himself up and like get out of here, and then you see them making, and you see they have like ropes holding them up, like oh okay, that makes sense. Because like if you're like in a playground,
yes,
as kids we could do those things. Right. It's like but once they're like you're too cool, I'm like fuck, I wish I could just keep doing that thing. So like all those kids that did the like start ballet earlier and keep. They're like, by the time they're like in their teens and stuff, they're like freakishly strong because they've been doing it forever. But if you have this gap where you didn't do it and you want to pick it up again, it's like your body's like, why are you doing this to me?
Definitely, yeah. But yeah, those are, that's like us playing with movement. We used to play with our bodies a lot more than we do now.
Yes.
At some point, it's not cool anymore. Or what? Or we say, oh, my phone's more fun.
Right.
Yeah, and I've been there too. But now I'm on the other spectrum where I'm saying, oh,
gotta move.
That's right.
Do you have to do like every day, or do you have like rest days at all?
I have rest days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I train either with at the gym or at Halifax Circus. I'm doing 5 days a week, and then I have 2 rest days.
Like back to back or in between, or
it depends, but yeah. So I'll do 4 days at the gym and then 1 day at Halifax Circus. And then I'm usually working after those days.
Exactly, right? Because you have like a practice.
That's
and
right.
Stuff.
So I do sort of 8 hours of manual work during the day too. Yeah.
Holy shit! Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Now my body's addicted to it. If I don't do it, I feel like my body's like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. So it's interesting that
and that's the thing, though. I think the body loves momentum, right? It's difficult to get, but once you get into the groove of things, like let's do it. But you shouldn't stop. because if you stop like one day and you pick it up the next show, but if you
Yeah.
stop like 2 or 3 days,
The momentum
it's like,
stops. Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
God damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, when you're coming to the studio, let's have something from your work. And you came with this, and I'm like, fuck, I was expecting like some spectacular thing. So talk me through
I know. I was like, bringing silks would be too big. So I brought something small, but you know, it's very important. And most people don't think of it when they see aerial acts, and that is a grip aid. So this is something we use so we don't slip.
So what is it? I can't say it.
So this is it's tree rosin, so tree sap,
Okay.
and
So it's kind of like gummy.
yeah, it is gummy. Yep. So I usually use chalk and a tree sap mixture.
Oh.
Yeah. So
How do you like put them together?
So chalk usually dries out your hands and stuff like that. This stuff makes it like your grip's not going anywhere. So I have a mixture here in the bottle that's crushed up tree sap and alcohol, and I'll spray that on my hands. Martha, my aerial partner, might spray it on her ankle.
Right, because
And
that's
right.
holding.
Areas that I'm catching behind her knee. She always complains that after we train aerials that all her clothes stick to her. So, yeah. She's like, it's gonna be like this for the rest of the day. Yeah.
How do you talking about that though? How do you get it off? Like it just wears off after some time? Or?
Right. Yeah. So you know that whole day, I'm like my hands or my like arm hairs stuck together and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, but it's it's something you wouldn't think of seeing these acts, but all the sort of partner aerial people use it.
So they do. You kind of have to use it.
You have to use it. Yeah, yeah. Like if there's a slip up there, there's nothing you can do. If you get sweaty hands, you're kind of effed.
Oh, it's true. It's true. So like you do like the gym training to get a, but when you're training with a partner, like do you like train with the music and all that stuff?
So it depends if we're training to make a routine. So like let's say there's a show coming up that we know we want to perform this type of routine. That one we're probably going to be using music and sort of putting together the sequence and things like that. But if we're learning new tricks, which is one of my favorite things about circus, that's a little different. With us, there's nobody to show us new tricks. So we have Instagram and, and YouTube. And one of my things that I love is watching people move and figure out how they did the certain trick or move. And it's a really fun collaborative process because you watch this thing and you say, oh, we can do that. And you get up there and you say, what? How?
Oh, yeah. You actually have to get up there to do it, right?
Yeah.
Do you like when you start training, do you like start closer to the floor? Okay.
Yeah. So we were learning this one, I don't know, probably about a month or so ago. And it was like a flip. And we were pretty close to the mat for that one. We said, oh, let's get down, see if you can do the flip and you won't die. Like, I have no risk of dying.
Because you're hooked up to the thing.
I'm hooked up there, but Martha, I could drop her.
Yeah. So it's like, she has to like, I love America's Got Talent.
Yes.
And like every year there's always an aerial act. Another, one thing they do, there's a lot of like dancing, it's graceful. Yes. But one thing they do is like they kind of also hook it up on their shoulders, and then they use their feet to carry the other, their legs to carry the other person. I'm like,
yep.
That is gonna be more difficult than doing upside down, right?
It depends.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah, I think all those things. they're sort of unique skills.
Oh.
And there's probably some training that's involved. When we were in Vietnam, everybody, or a lot of the other acts there, they did this thing where they would put this apparatus in their mouth, and the person would hang from their mouth.
So what, you're using your jaw to hold a human being up?
Yes. Yes.
What the fuck? Wait, would you?
So they taught us how to make one of these things, and I want to try it.
What? Like, what? That, so what? That's like your jaw and your neck, pretty much. That's it.
It's neck strength. Yeah, your jaw is pretty strong, clenching,
man.
but it's neck strength.
Oh my god! So you have to like.
Yeah. So this year I've been training my neck.
How do you train your neck?
So, well, I have a specialized device for people that have been in car accidents and things like that. This one, they use it on football players as well. It's called the iron neck, and it's a contraption that goes on your head. It's like a helmet, but you can sort of spin around in circles, and you'll have a band that creates tension.
Oh, so it's like
yeah, that's right. So it's part of my neck training.
God damn.
But yes, it's a miracle thing for some people that have been in car accidents too.
Huh. I mean, and this is part of your practice, I guess.
Yes.
Oh man, so it's like you are the perfect partner, right? Because if something were to happen, it's like, oh, he's gonna hook me up.
Right? Yeah, that's happened. Martha's been like, "Oh, my back hurts," and then I'm just like, "Okay, I'll go." Pop, 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 pop.
Wait, so like, when it comes to the assessment, you mentioned like, how do you actually have to touch the part? Oh, to see, okay.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I'll sort of get a hypothesis in my head before I even touch the person. So they'll tell me what's going on, and I'll say, oh, it's most likely this in my head. Then I'll go and see if that's the case.
One thing, like they say, this pain, is it between 0 and 10 and stuff? One person's 2 might be someone's 10. Like,
definitely.
Like I know my pain threshold is tiny.
Right.
I don't even like needles. So if someone is like, that might be the person's 5. And how do you like gauge?
Well, yeah, those are real, those are real experiences for them.
Right. It's called Ease My 10, right?
That's right, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if that needle feels like a 10 for you, then
you walk
that's your experience. Yeah.
God damn. Okay. So we started a show which we're doing that. Let's say I now say, oh, I want to join the circus or whatever. Yeah. Like, what are some things I should consider before joining, and how do I prepare for it?
Right. So yeah, like I think either having an idea of what type of circus activity you want.
Circus is like all the things like what you're doing, like aerial and
right. Yeah. So that like there's a big community in Halifax actually. There's 3 different aerial studios.
Oh.
So there's Ines Studio, and that's where I used to teach partner acrobatics. And then there's Halifax Circus and Atlantic Circus, and they all offer aerial apparatus training. And from young ages to even older people or people with disabilities.
Oh
yeah. So it's pretty accessible for most people to get into. Yeah.
So I mean, you just go the first, like I guess from the first class, they kind of assess you, and then I just keep going to the classes until I feel, oh, I can do this or I can do this.
Right. Yeah. So I knowing about how strength works and things like that, depending on what your goals are and stuff like that with circus, it's always good to have your own sort of training program that complements it.
I have to come up with it, or
most likely they'll, like the people at that teach the classes, they'll give you some warm-ups and things like that, but you're probably on your own unless you get some extra help.
So do you teach people? I know you say you used to teach there, but like
right, yeah, I don't do any partner acrobatic teaching at the moment. I used to run. I also used to run acro on the Commons before the pandemic and things like that, which was awesome. It's where sometimes we'd have like 50 people come out, and we'd all get together and do partner acrobatics or acro yoga, and it was great. But right now, I just started doing some personal training sessions with some clients and things like that. So that's a new venture for me. I'm always doing new things.
Okay, you do all these things. Like, I mean, it's like kind of choosing your best kid or whatever. Which do you really enjoy the most? Apart from learning, because I think that's what you really enjoy doing.
Right. Yeah. Like, so the wellness side, I enjoy helping people. And the biggest part of that is I'm going to do whatever it takes to help somebody.
Mhm.
And I have a big toolbox for that.
Mm.
There's a lot of other practitioners that say, oh, I like treating this way, so I'm only going to treat this way. I say it doesn't matter what I feel. It matters what the person needs. So I'm going to treat to what the person needs instead of what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the circus stuff, that's the whole other ball game. I love connecting with people. I love performing. Like, performing's stressful, but I love doing it.
What's a typical routine, like the length of a typical routine?
It's short. Like, typical length is probably around 5 minutes.
Oh,
so I
okay.
do all this training and things like that for 5 minutes.
How long? How was your? What was the? So you had to do this thing in Vietnam.
Yes.
How long did you have to prepare for it, and how long was the performance in Vietnam for
Right.
the actual show?
Yeah, so we probably prepared half a year for that one.
Wow.
And then when we were there, our performance was 5 minutes.
We're gonna do this thing for 6 months, but we're gonna do it for only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this thing where I ask guests, like this question that someone asked me, and I love coming or close with it. It's like, what's something that happened, to you before you were 17 that I feel plays a huge role in the person you are today?
Right. Well, when I was 16 years old, my mother, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. And, a few years later, she passed away. But losing a parent at a young age forced me to grow up fast. And, we've been talking about how if there's something I want to do, I've been able to do it. And my mother is really the person that has instilled that into me.
Mm.
And I'm ever so thankful that I've had her as a parent, and I've been able to learn. And, they say, like, you don't realize what you're missing until it's gone. But, I realized that my mother really gave me and my brother those skills that, we have the power to do whatever we want. And if you put your mind to it and, set your heart to those goals, you can do it.
Awesome, Schuyler. Thanks for sharing that. What does your brother do?
He is a computer programmer.
Okay, so when we started, you blew my mind by having me stand on you. I've never stood on a person. I felt like, okay, I can do this. But it's time for me to blow your mind.
All right.
You get this, and I need you to write a number between 1 and 60. Do not show me. Point it to the camera, but keep it in your mind, right? And once we're good, I'm gonna be hopefully be able to tell you what this number is. So there's a chance that your number might be in more than one of these cards, or just one, or whatever. But so I'm gonna ask you: is it here, the number you've picked? Is it in this first card here?
Yeah.
Oh, flip. Okay, that's no good.
Oh.
Okay, is it in this one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Is it in this one?
No.
Okay. Is it in this one?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Is it in this one?
Yes.
This is too much. Okay. And lastly, is it in here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yo! I've never had this before.
Oh,
This
did I
is.
trick you?
Yeah, yeah. Flip. Are you sure it's not here, right? No,
No.
but it's in all these
Yeah.
ones here. Okay. Fuck. Okay, that's a difficult number. Let's rearrange
You want me to
it.
pick a new number?
No. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I think I might have the number, but let me consult the spirits. Fuck. This one is hard though. 47.
Yes.
Got it. Whew, okay. I hope I never have to pick that one again. It was so hard. Schuyler, it's so much fun to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming to the podcast
Yeah.
today.